Hey guys.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the special anniversary episode of the Eccentric Academy. So we've been doing this YouTube channel for a year now. As of today, the time you're watching this, not the time we're recording this, because we were recording this 5 days ago. 5 days ago,
Wait,
I think.
something like that.
But now it's in the future and you're watching us, and it is the day that we first uploaded the original trailer for this YouTube channel to the YouTube channel. So, anyway, in the spirit of that, we're giving you a special, awesome, epic episode where we determine what the best science fiction franchise is. Where we have 3 science fiction franchises and 4 questionable ones that we also put in there for kicks and giggles. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy our nonsense. And also, if you think it looks like we're recording this on the set for my podcast about the Arrowverse, remember the Arrowverse, we're not, because this one has a red blanket.
Yep, totally different.
Yes. Okay. So, all that being said, we're doing brackets. We'll have a bracket chart right up here. Okay? So,
there.
yeah. So
Yep.
you can see,
it.
as you can see, our first round is... Hey, Eric, what do you think we should do for our first round? Okay. So, it's been decided for the entirety of this time that our first bracket is, of course, gonna be 2 legendary science fiction franchises.
Legendary.
Wait, hold on, just a second. Yeah? Oh, okay. It's gonna be 1 legendary science fiction franchise and 1 legendary franchise that literally no one would describe as science fiction until now, when we maybe are gonna make the case that it is a science fiction franchise. And that is, of course, as you can tell, because you see the bracket list, you can tell that our first round is between Star Wars and the Muppets.
Whoa.
So,
shout out pause sound effects there.
Yeah. Yep, I'll do that. Wow, everyone's so happy. Thank you. Yes. Are they applying for us or Star Wars and the Muppets?
We don't know.
We don't know. We're almost as good as Star Wars or the Muppets. So, in a lot of ways, we're the new Star Wars and Muppets.
We're the new Star Wars and
Muppets.
Yeah,
I saw a comment on one of our videos that said that. They said,
really?
In a lot of ways, you guys are the new Star Wars and the Muppets.
Wow.
They said that, yes. So we have a couple of factors that we're judging them by. This isn't just our blind opinions. This is our blind opinions about these factors. So, number 1 factor, how science fiction is it? I wonder which one's gonna win in that factor on this one.
Yeah.
Number 2, how pretty is it? That's like, does it look good? You know what pretty means. It's in the eye of the beholder, but we're gonna make an objective case for one of these more pretty than the other. How long lasting is it? That's like, is it able to reinvent itself for a new age, a new time, or does it just crinkle up and die in the past? That's an interesting question for both these franchises, I think.
Yeah.
The next is, how fun is it? Because it's fun to have fun.
It's fun to have fun.
Yes. Very good, Eric. That's very wise.
They were gonna like put up like a motivational quote that's just like, it's fun to have fun. Eric Miller.
Yeah.
2026.
Do like a really cool picture of you.
Yeah, just
smart and stuff.
Me like being like very thoughtful.
Yes. Oh, that's right. I forgot we did that. Okay, our next one is, how tasty is it?
So
does it taste good? Does it taste bad? Does it taste at all? And if it did taste, would it taste good? I think that's
But
what we're judging on here.
yeah, what would it taste
Yeah.
like?
Would it taste good or
And would
would
it
it
be
taste
good?
kind of yucky?
Yeah,
And remember, we're the experts, so we are the best people to answer how would the Muppets or Star Wars taste.
exactly.
Plus, we are the new Muppets in
We're
Star
also the
Wars,
new Muppet in the Star
so we
Wars.
can objectively talk on both those things. How Legoable is it? Now, both these franchises do have
Do
Legos.
have Legos,
One
yeah.
of these has a little bit more Legos than the other one. Comment down below if you know which it is. One of these created Lego, basically.
Yeah.
I
One of them has yellow people Legos.
Well, yes, and one of them has green, blue, and pink people Legos.
Fair, fair.
Anyway, the next one is one I'm excited for. And all of you should be excited for because, as we know, this channel is a school.
Mhm.
Some would call it a
Eccentric school?
or a something YouTube channel.
A school YouTube channel. An educational YouTube channel.
There you go. Very good, Eric. You're so smart today.
Yep.
Yeah. How educational is it? Is what our question we're
Oh,
asking.
okay, okay.
We're asking how educational. So, all that being said, those are the brackets. Those are what we're judging on. And then we're going to see who wins.
Yep.
So, these two legendary franchises, one a science fiction juggernaut, and one that you can barely make a case for it being science fiction.
But we're gonna do it
But
anyway.
we're gonna do it anyway, because we're shenaniganizers.
Is that even a word?
I don't know, but if we ever start a band together, that's what we can call it.
Oh, okay. I have to write that down somewhere.
Okay, so first off, let's talk about how science fiction these are.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts right off the bat, or?
I mean, I think like very clear contrast between the two as far as
Yeah, that's true. I think so. I would say it is very hard to make the case that Star Wars is not science fiction.
I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say that?
No, I think you could argue that it's more fantasy with sci-fi elements than science fiction.
Well, but I think I agree that is true. You could argue it's more science fantasy than it is science fiction, but I still think it's hard to argue it's not science fiction.
I see. Yeah, that's
because I think just about everyone would agree Star Wars is gonna be like number 1 or 2 on the Mount Rushmore of science fiction.
That makes sense.
I think Star Wars would be
I
Washington.
thought you were gonna stop at Mount Rushmore, and I was gonna be confused, and I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Yep, Harrison Ford, because he was president. Remember before he turned all red and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. On the other hand, we have the Muppets.
Yeah, Muppets has talking puppets, so arguably that's kind of a science fiction.
Well, but as we know from Muppet lore, Gonzo is an alien from outer space.
Oh, really?
Yes. So there's a movie called Muppets from Space, and it's about how Gonzo learns that he's an alien. So there's one alien.
Okay.
There's a talking frog. That's pretty science fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, just talking animals in general. There's I don't know. I don't know. How else can we make the case that Muppets is science fiction? It's colorful.
It is colorful.
It is colorful.
That is true. And color is
also these two franchises do have something in common. And that is, of course, Frank Oz.
Oh, yeah.
Who voices Yoda and like 50% of the Muppets. Um,
So Frank
so
Oz is science fiction.
it is maybe Frank Oz is science fiction. I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, I think the point goes to Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But something that's a little more interesting, how purdy.
I want to say like off the bat, I would say Star Wars is more pretty than.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I would argue that the Muppets is more pretty.
I
Like the
I, I
design
mean
of the puppets and all
that is
that.
true. But
Where
I
it's
was I
like,
was thinking like there's a lot of like dramatic moments in Star Wars where you see like the two suns and like
right.
these really like
I
pretty
guess
landscapes.
I guess we also have to take into consideration that we are including all of Star Wars. So it's the prequels, the
Yeah.
original
Yeah.
trilogy. And I would grant the prequels might be as pretty as the Muppets. Um
Yeah.
I don't think that necessarily the original trilogy is the most pretty franchise. I'm sure it's great
I
and
would agree.
beautiful for the time,
Yeah.
and it's not ugly, but um I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I almost feel like the Muppets because there's just so much art in making the puppets and figuring out how to, make them look like they're
Yeah.
walking by themselves. They invented remote control puppets. Did you
Really?
know that? Yeah. They have like a mechanical thing you stick your hand in and you move the puppet and then
Oh.
like it's over there on camera and it's moving the same way you're moving your hand.
Huh.
So that was
That's
technology that the
that's
Muppets
cool.
created. So I don't know. I think I would have to give it to the Muppets. What do you think?
I think yeah, I think we could go with the Muppets.
Okay.
I think that
Okay.
they put a lot more effort into uh making puppets or
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah. And I think Star Wars did do a lot of incredible stuff as well
Hmm.
in that regard, but um I feel like there's more sort of jankiness to a lot of the stuff they did in Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is still like I just know that like people are gonna be mad at this in the comments because they're like,
Yeah.
are you saying Star Wars wasn't a revolutionary franchise? No, it was. I'm just saying I really like puppets and the way they look.
Cademan's a Muppet fan.
Um,
He's pro Muppet.
yeah. So this is your category, Eric.
Oh, great.
This is your category. Which is tastier? Is Star Wars tastier or is the Muppets tastier?
I feel like I feel like Star Wars would taste pretty gross.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's all like dirty and like sort of
Yeah.
grimy. And there's like the scene where like the weird horse creature like farts in Jar Jar's face.
Oh, yeah.
Like I don't know, I just don't feel like it would taste the best. On the other hand, I feel like the Muppets
Hmm.
would be a little too much flavor, right?
Yeah.
Like it would be like you ever eat something and it's just like too sweet, too much sugar, too much different flavors all at once.
Yeah.
Um
It's like if you just mixed like all the fruits and all the vegetables and all the chocolate and
exactly.
all the candies, all of
Yeah, it's
everything in
like
just one big pile.
right. But the question isn't which tastes better, the question is which is tastier.
I mean, I would say Muppets
Dude,
if we're
if Muppets beats Star Wars in like the best science fiction ranking,
people in the comments are gonna be mad.
that would be insane.
I mean, to be fair, we're also comparing them on like taste right now, so
Yes, yes.
that's a little
Okay, I honestly think Muppets has to get taste.
all right.
I don't feel like
Let's do it.
Star Wars tastes that good.
Let's do
Um,
it. This is such a silly.
Shh, don't tell them that. This is a great video, and we're very wise and intellectual in
I
all of
have
our
the
rating
smarts.
system. We both have the smarts, Eric. That's why they call us the smart men who
Yeah.
are able to determine things like, is Star Wars funner Or is the Muppets funny?
Oh man, I don't know if we can. Can we do a draw?
I mean, I guess we
I
can.
don't know. Okay, but
I
let's talk
I
about
think
it.
I think because I love the Muppets.
Yeah.
I feel like, and this is going to be a controversial take in its own right,
Hmm.
especially the prequels of Star Wars. I feel like I'm in the mood to watch those more than I'm in the mood to watch the Muppets. Right?
Same.
So part of me has more fun watching Star Wars, the prequels in particular, than I do watching the Muppets. Now, there's a few Muppets that
Hmm.
like Muppet Treasure Island. I'll watch it any day, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Muppet Christmas Carol. I could
Best
watch that.
Christmas Carol, arguably.
Arguably, yeah. So all that being said, I think Star Wars does have to win this. Cuz where Muppets
Yeah,
is funny, fun isn't just funny. Fun is also like, does it
yeah,
have like cool action scenes? Does it have, fun banter? Does it have like sort of a world that you want to be
mm,
in and
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
that sort
yeah.
of stuff?
No, I
So I think
agree.
I think I give it to Star Wars.
Yeah, I think if it was like if I was like choosing in between whether to watch Star Wars or
Mhm.
to watch Muppets, I probably would pick Star Wars first.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Oh, we were doing these out of order.
We're doing them out of order.
Yeah.
Oh,
I accidentally did tasty and then fun. Um, okay, so the
tasty
one
and
we
fun.
missed was how long lasting.
Oh,
I
right,
feel
right,
like
right.
that's pretty easy for this one.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, unfortunately, the Muppets are trying to still exist, but they
Yeah.
aren't necessarily doing so well.
Only the older ones I really hear people talk about nowadays.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't.
like there was a special that came out on Disney Plus recently,
Oh, yeah.
and it's fine. Like it's fun enough.
Hmm.
But I haven't seen too many people actually too excited about that.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it's just because I run in the wrong circles.
Yeah.
The people who are excited about new Muppet stuff aren't necessarily the same people that I talk to and
If
spend time with.
you guys are if you're watching this is one of the people who is excited about the new Muppets, let us know in the
Yeah.
comments.
I'm just trying to think, do we put the Muppets in the thumbnail?
That's a good
They
question.
just call it science fiction franchises.
People would
Anyway,
just see it and be so
we'll
confused.
figure that out later.
Yep.
There's a version of the thumbnail with the Muppets or without it, depending on what we decide to do.
Depending on what we do, yeah.
Okay. So, so that's gotta be Star Wars, right? Because Star Wars is still pretty big.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like you could say that it's not as good, but that's not really the same thing.
Yeah.
It still is going on and it still is like talked about quite a bit.
Right. Yeah.
So,
A lot of people are still excited and making YouTube videos of every entry on the Star Wars franchise.
yeah.
Um, where I feel like the Muppet fan base isn't necessarily that huge.
Yeah.
So, I wonder if this can get a little closer to me. Maybe I'll just pull this. We can edit this part out.
Okay.
Okay. Um. So, what are we at? Science fiction goes to Star Wars. Purdy goes to the Muppets.
Mhm.
Um. Long lasting goes to Star Wars. Fun goes to Star Wars, and tasty goes to the Muppets. Right? That's where
Yep.
we're at.
So we're 3-2.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And next we have how Legoable is it?
How Lego
And
how Legoable.
normally, I think most categories this
Mhm.
would go to the Muppets
Yeah.
because I feel like Muppet Legos is a good idea.
Yeah.
They've only done it a little bit where it's like the mystery packs of the minifigures.
Mm.
They did one of those for the Muppets, and that's all they've done as
Oh,
far as I
really?
know. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, whereas one of these uh came alongside Lego and built it up to be everything it is now.
Yeah.
Back in, I think, 2002 when The Phantom Menace came out.
That
Or
sounds about right.
maybe it was 2001. I know it was around the
It
time
was
I
in the
was
it was in
born.
the early
Yeah.
2000s. It's before I was born
Yeah, was
because I'm
I think
young.
it was I think it was probably like 2001 because I remember being like, wow, that was before I was born. And I kind of knew that, but also had never really thought about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, so that was the time when Legos and Star Wars, came back to back and created a beautiful symbiotic relationship that made up so many of our childhoods.
Hmm.
Um, and we got a legendary video game that might not be the best video game, but it is very charming. That video
It's a
game.
great game.
Well, I mean, if you look at it like objectively, like every puzzle is just break everything until you figure out what you're supposed to do.
That is fair. That is very fair. I feel
Um,
like I'm mostly just nostalgic for it,
yes.
but
But like
it
it
has
is
like
so charming. I feel like it sort of created the flavor that we know Lego as now,
yeah,
where it's just like the sort of, like tongue in cheek humor,
mm,
and all that sort of stuff.
yeah.
Um,
I can definitely
yeah.
see that.
So, do 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 do.
Do 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 do.
So yeah, it's gotta go to Star Wars.
Yeah,
Lego.
let's do it.
Yep.
Star Wars for
Okay. This is
Muppets 2.
interesting. Which
Hmm.
is more educational, the Muppets or Star Wars? It's gotta be the Muppets, right?
Yeah.
Because they've got that Sesame Street connection.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that might be the only argument there.
I mean, that was
But
my
also,
first thought as well.
Star Wars, you can get some good philosophy
That is true.
in Star Wars because George Lucas was a bit of a nerd. Um,
Yeah.
so there's a bit of good philosophy in there. Um, but overall, I don't feel like Star Wars is trying to necessarily be educational. I feel like it's more trying to be fun. Now, the Muppets, it's really just the Sesame Street connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even then, I feel like you could say just like if you were to take all the Muppets movies and all the Star Wars movies and just like different points of like educational things and
Mhm.
what's in both, I feel like you'd have more with Muppets.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't like think of like exact specific things, but I feel like that
Okay.
would definitely be the case.
Yeah, I feel like we gotta give it to the Muppets. I feel like the Muppets are great. They
All
deserve it.
right.
So with that, Star Wars one, right?
Yep, 4-3.
Okay.
I
Good, good.
think. I think
Very good.
the board the thing right here will tell you.
Right. Well, but also let's run down through it real quick
Oh,
just
okay.
so we know.
Yeah.
Okay, so how science fiction, that Star Wars one, how pretty
Star Wars.
Muppets one,
Oh, wait.
how lasting Star Wars one, how fun Star Wars one, how tasty Muppets one, how Lego Star Wars one, and how educational Muppets one.
Yep, that's 4 to
Okay.
3. So yep, Star Wars wins.
Okay, so Muppets, I'm sorry, you got a lot further than you should have in a
Yeah.
race that you were sort of someone who decided to run in a race but then realized they didn't have legs and still gave it a good try,
Yeah.
So we appreciate you, Muppets. We're glad you're here, but Star Wars won that.
Okay.
Okay, so do we want to go Star Trek versus DC?
Sure. Let's do it.
Okay.
Star Trek and DC.
Okay. Again, here we have one that is one of the most legendary science fiction franchises, and we have one that is kind of, it's more science fiction than probably the Muppets.
Yeah.
Um, but would most people consider it a science fiction genre? Probably, or franchise. They would probably call it a superhero franchise.
Yeah.
Which superhero franchise? Mostly science fiction,
Mm-hmm.
but also kind of its own thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what we're here to do. I think I just answered our first question, which is more
I
science
mean,
fiction.
I feel like Star Trek is almost like what I think is like the prime example of like what science fiction is.
Yes. Yeah, because it is somewhere, if you break down like the different categories of science fiction,
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek finds itself somewhere comfortably in between space opera and military science fiction,
Yeah.
where I feel like, because I feel like Star Wars is like definitive space opera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where I feel like Star Trek could be a little bit more. It takes from a little bit more sort of science fiction
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
So anyway, all that being said, I think it goes to Trek.
Yep. Star Trek
Okay.
wins. Sorry, DC. You're
Which
not
is
sci-fi enough for
which
us.
is more pretty? This is
Ooh.
hard.
I mean,
This is very hard for me. I
yeah.
think I know the answer.
I I kind of wanna say DC.
I do too, because like taking comic books into consideration,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah.
and like with the Muppets, it takes a lot of artistry for like, you know, there's just so many different art styles and
Yeah.
so many very skilled artists that have created works in the DC franchise. Um, but Trek is also like, TNG does not look bad. Like
Yeah.
so it's like, I do think we have to give the point to DC.
Yeah. I think the one thing that's like a big difference with both of them, like for me, the reason I think DC is like in Star Trek we do see like the different like planets occasionally and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the things that we see are like just the electronic kind of parts of the ship or
Right.
areas on the ship a lot.
Yeah, and like most of the planets are just like a rocky plain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true as well. And so I think
Particularly in like the original series and then like the
yeah,
beginning of TNG. It's like, oh yeah, there's some rocks on this planet.
yeah, I think DC has a lot more opportunity to do more interesting things with its art and with its
Right.
I guess
Yeah.
areas, its landscapes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's kind of usually how I tend to like think of like pretty. I'm just thinking about like the different areas mostly.
Yeah. And that's fair as well. Um, but I also don't think like the different aliens in Star Trek don't necessarily look the most interesting. Like
Yeah.
it's usually
I
like
think it kind of gets
just
better depending on the Star Trek.
I think so, yeah. But like there's definitely some interesting looking aliens that are fun and cool.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are just like they're humans but have weird wrinkle patterns.
Yeah.
Is the majority of the aliens from Star Trek. Anyway, I think it goes to DC.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what we have
Okay.
decided.
Okay.
1-1.
1-1. How lasting?
Oh, that's hard for these ones. I think Muppets and
I
Star Wars was pretty easy. This
Yeah.
seems a lot more like
I think I don't know a lot of people who like New Trek.
that's
Right.
true.
New Trek, and I think the like current iteration of New Trek is kind of now coming to an end, where
Hmm.
it's like for the first time in a while there is no Trek shows like coming out.
Yeah.
I think they've all ended at this point. Or I think there's one more season of Starfleet Academy that's going to come out.
Oh, okay.
But probably no one's gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone actually watched the first season besides people who want to make YouTube videos being like, it's woke!
Yeah.
We should put how woke is it on here. Would that have been a good point or a minus point? Let me know what you think in the comments. What side of politics are you on?
Yep.
um. Anyway, so and DC has recently come back really strong.
That is true with like the Superman movie
Right.
last year and
Yeah, and we'll see how Supergirl is.
yeah.
But I think people are excited for it again. I
Yeah.
know I am.
I think so. I'm excited for it.
And like we've talked about on the channel a few times now, but the Superman movie is one of my all-time favorite movies
It's a
at this
great
point.
movie. Go watch
Yeah.
it if you haven't yet. Or
Yes.
go watch our podcast on it if you have watched it.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Our like 3-hour podcast or
It's like
whatever it
3 hours.
was
It's like yeah, it's
that
really
we
long.
filmed like at midnight to like
Yeah.
3 o'clock or whatever it
It
was.
might not be the best podcast, but it's the first one we did, so
Yeah. I
it
also don't think it's bad
it's
necessarily.
not bad, but it's
I haven't listened to it recently, so it could be awful.
yeah.
Um,
You go listen
yeah.
to it and let us
Let
know.
us know if it's awful. Leave a comment on both videos telling us it's awful or it's good.
Yeah.
Um, I think we got a comment on that one. I was like, I don't know what you're trying to say.
Oh, really?
Because, yeah, I don't remember for sure.
Huh.
Let me know if that was you. And also let me know what you were trying.
Elaborate on
Because,
your comment if
well,
it was you.
yeah, there is some comments. This is a side tangent.
Okay, okay.
There is some comments on YouTube where it's like, I I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other ones that are, I do understand what you're trying to say. I don't know why you're trying to say it. Like
Yeah.
you just want to be heard. And we appreciate all of the comments
Yeah.
because it's good for the algorithm and stuff like that.
Also, we
But
like hearing your guys' weird takes on stuff.
sure, for sure. But sometimes it's like, oh, I don't like how you said this in like the beginning of your video. I'm like, okay, then make a video and don't say that. Like, I don't care if you like how I make my videos.
Yeah.
Um,
We
so
do it our way,
yeah.
You can't make us
If
change.
you want to leave a comment and be like, I don't like how you did this in the video. Okay, cool, man.
Yeah.
You can
Unless you have like
you
a good
can
argument for it, maybe.
well I mean even then it's like, we made a choice and you don't have to agree with it.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And like it's fine. I guess it's fine if you can like sort of say it in a way that's like respectful, but if it's like I know better than you, okay, then where are your YouTube videos? You can do that in your YouTube videos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um anyway, that's my little rant about YouTube comments.
Yeah.
Celestine, do we want to give it to DC?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that's a
If
fair reasoning.
it's gonna be so crazy if one of the not like actually science fiction franchises we put in here wins.
Man. Yeah.
Um, but
I feel like people would be cheated. Like
yeah,
they're expecting like some
right, yeah.
science fiction to
But
win. But
let's just take a step back and agree to not take this too seriously.
yeah, don't take it too seriously, you guys.
Okay, so our next category is fun.
Fun.
Fun. I have a
Ooh.
how?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Cause oh my
I
goodness,
really
like
want to.
Batman,
Yeah.
like my dream as a young kid was to like have a cape and glide over Gotham City, right? And that's the sort of like thing I'm looking for in fun. Is like, do I
Yeah.
wanna exist in that world?
That's
But then
true.
Star Trek, and like, it would be so fun. Like, if I ever got a chance to be in a Star Trek or a Star Trek esque show, like maybe the Orville, Seth MacFarlane, call me up. Um, if I ever got a chance, like that
Hmm.
would be a dream come true for me. Um,
Yeah.
so man,
That would be really cool. Like even
that's
just
really
being
hard.
like an extra in like
Yeah,
Star Trek. I think I'd rather be an extra in Star Trek than like Batman or something.
I agree. Um, if I was offered like Star Trek, or I was offered um like Joker, right? If they were like you could be in Star Trek or you could be Joker, I'd be like, I don't know. I mean, I'd probably be like Joker because
Yeah.
that's something I want to do and it would be a higher pay.
Yeah.
But
True.
not taking that into consideration, or it's like be Joker or like kind of a lead on Star Trek, I don't know how I would
Hmm.
be able to decide.
Yeah. No, they would both be really fun to like be on like the set of.
Yeah.
I think I would prefer like being on the set of Star Trek because like you get to like be on the Enterprise or like on the
Mm-hmm.
space station or whatever,
Right.
which is always like a really cool thing that I would like go
Yeah.
crazy about. But if
Yeah.
someone was
I
like, you can
also
be on the
I think
Enterprise,
yeah, I think also like being on a TV show would be
just
a fun
just any
experience.
TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Um
agree. If you run a
so
TV show, you
fun.
should call us and tell
I
us
I I
and
feel
get us on
like
a TV show.
I feel like I want to give it to Star Trek cuz when I think DC,
Hmm.
I don't necessarily think, "Oh yeah, that's fun."
That's true.
Right? Like um whereas with Star Trek, assuming we're not talking about one of the new Trek shows that I don't like and
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
watch,
yeah, yeah.
um, I'm like, oh yeah, Star Trek. Like, it's always a good old time. Even the really bad racist episodes I have fun watching.
Wait, there's bad racist episodes of Star Trek.
Yeah, well, it is an old show.
That's true. It is pretty
But
old.
um but yeah, so I think Star Trek takes this one. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I
Okay. We're to your category again.
oh okay.
The category you
Cool.
picked
That was just the most
had
random thing I
let
thought of.
the entire internet know this category was Eric's idea.
I was just thinking through the five senses and taste.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How pretty does
So,
it look? How tasty is it? Makes
yes.
sense, right?
I feel like overall Star Trek is more tasty.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I
Can I
think.
explain why I'm thinking that? Not necessarily. But I feel like DC is
Hmm.
largely embodied by Batman,
Yeah,
right? Like he's sort of their main guy.
yeah.
Um I feel like the if Gotham has a flavor, it's like
Black
sort of
licorice. That's what I was
I was
thinking.
thinking like it's sort of greasy and
Oh yeah.
like a street vendor like selling a greasy hot dog
Yeah,
with
I can see
and
that.
like maybe it got dropped on the ground and like it
Yeah,
tastes smoky
yeah. I
and
feel
like
like Star Trek like tastes like carbonated like drinks. It
yeah,
has like it has a lot of colorful drinks in Star Trek, so that's
yes,
probably why. But
that's true.
like I
But
imagine it tasting
it
kind of like
it tastes like sweet. It tastes it tastes sweet, but also like when you like eat a bunch of candy and then you get sick.
hmm.
I feel like Star Trek is like really sweet, but also like filling and like
Mm,
nutritious and like healthy.
yeah.
So it's like a fruit almost is Star
Mm,
Trek's flavor.
yeah. I think we can give that to Star
Okay.
Trek.
Okay, so Star Trek tastes better than DC, but they both have the same amount of Legos.
That is
Just
true.
one thing. Just one thing each. No, wait. Wait, what are we doing? I went back to the Muppets. We're doing. Oh, and DC. Okay, DC has a lot more
Yeah,
Legos.
I was confused for a second.
Sorry, I was
I
thinking.
was like, wait,
For some reason,
really?
I went back to the Muppets.
We're not talking
Okay,
about the Muppets anymore.
yeah. So Star Trek just entered the world of Legos.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember the set I showed you?
Oh yeah, that had
Yeah.
the yeah, that was
That's
a cool set.
I think one of two TNG sets. They're both insanely expensive. Um, but you know, they're like,
Subscribe to the channel to help us pay for Legos.
I wish. I would love to have that in like the Doctor Who set, the one Doctor Who set that like officially came out with Lego.
Oh, oh
It's
yeah, I think
like
I saw that.
it comes with Matt and Capaldi.
Yeah.
Um, it's so cool. Anyway, uh, so um, DC. I
DC.
think it's got to be DC,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, there's a Lego Batman game. There's not a Lego Star Trek game.
Yet.
Yeah. They'll probably make one.
DC, please, that would be so cool. That would be so cool. Even you, like independent game makers, just like make a fan game for me. Make a Doctor Who one and a Star Trek one. And then use the plot for the Doctor Who Star Trek comic to like do a crossover level or whatever. I don't know. You can figure it out. You're smart.
Yep. I
And do
wonder.
it somehow. Do it. Get the rights so that the BBC or Paramount, I guess, owns Star Trek now.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how that works, but yeah.
Yeah, the Star Trek company hates fan projects.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where it's like Doctor Who, from what I've seen, has been pretty friendly.
Hmm.
Where there's been like really big fan projects.
Yeah.
Um, but Star Trek is like anything that like contradicts like their lore or stuff like that, they'll make it take
Oh,
down.
weird.
Yeah.
So they just like hate fan fiction, probably.
Yeah. Well, I think part of it is because more people are watching the fan projects than
They're
actual
like, they're
track.
just super jealous.
And well, because also like the like people have gotten really good at like fan films have gotten really
Yeah,
good.
that's true.
And like Star Trek is one of those shows where it's like it's kind of not hard
As
to sort of
difficult, yeah.
capture the tone and stuff like that.
Yeah, especially
Um,
like if you're trying to make something very like original series-esque,
yeah.
because that like had a pretty small budget from what
Hmm.
I.
Yeah. And there is one incredible, is it like Star Trek Continues, but it's
Mm,
just like the years after, because, the original series was meant to be a 10-year mission, but they got 3 seasons.
uh,
Um,
something like that.
I think. Anyway, so it's like the next years of that particular crew and stuff like that, and they do a great job of like recreating the original series
Oh,
set and
that's cool.
costumes, and the actors they have play all of the characters are pretty spot on and fantastic. So you
Okay.
can look that up if you want. Um, that's not what we're here to talk about.
Yeah.
We're still talking about Legos, or we gave Legos to DC, I think.
Yep. Legos
Okay.
is DC. DC wins.
How educational? It's got to be Star Trek.
It's Star Trek.
Yeah, that's not hard. I
I
mean,
You have a little bit of real science in Star Trek.
yes,
Sometimes it's mixed with made up science,
yes,
but I like in
but
DC like there's
it's also
science might be mentioned,
it's
but
also more real science than most science fiction,
that's true.
where it's like they actually
Yeah.
consulted with NASA and stuff
Oh,
like that.
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know that like I was doing chemistry one year for school, and
Hmm.
then I watched Star Trek, and they like were talking about it. I'm like, hey, I just learned about that,
Yeah.
which is kind
Yeah.
of cool.
I know there's a book that I have, the audiobook version of, but it's just like how much the science in Star
Oh,
Trek adds
really?
up. Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Okay. So let's see. Science fiction went to Star Trek. Yes.
Hmm.
Purdy went to DC.
Yep.
Um, Lasting went to DC.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. And then Fun went to Trek. Right.
Yep. Yep. Baby.
Okay. Tasty
Went to Star Trek.
went to Star Trek. That's right. Lego went to DC. And then Educational went to Trek.
Yeah. So we're 4-3 again.
Okay. So Trek is the winner there.
Yep.
Yep.
Which makes sense.
Okay. Yep.
So far we're being it's actually science fiction is winning. So
Who of guess science fiction would win in our best
in
science
our best
fiction?
science fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So next up, we have another science fiction juggernaut. I don't know if you would call it juggernaut, but maybe what's like a smaller version of juggernaut?
Um.
Magneto? Sure. A
we have a science fiction Magneto.
and in Doctor Who, we have a
Hmm.
science fiction Magneto. Is probably I would say he's on the science fiction Mount Rushmore, but he's the like last one on the science fiction.
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um Now, who else? Because it might. Let's talk about Rushmore for a second.
Okay,
It would obviously be Star Wars and Star Trek.
like at the top with
Yeah,
like where
I don't know what else would be on there. Because Doctor Who, but I feel like
uh-huh.
Doctor Who is more influential for me
Yeah.
than it is like more large scale. Um,
I mean, you would if you count like books,
mm,
do you think that would
yeah, you could say like Frankenstein,
mm,
as like it's largely quoted as like the invention of science fiction.
yeah,
Um,
I could see
but
that.
I don't feel like that's influential in I don't feel like it's really influential modern
Mm,
wise.
yeah.
And I love Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Cayman did a
I
cool video about a Frankenstein movie that came out recently.
Yeah,
I
pretty
didn't actually
pretty
watch it,
good
but it's
movie.
it's it's cool
Yeah.
because Cayman did
Right, right. Yeah,
it.
I don't have Frankenstein up here on my shelf. I do have Dracula. Um,
Dracula is not really sci-fi though.
no, I wouldn't consider it to be. Anyway, so yeah, let us know what your Mount Rushmore would be. Maybe that's a later video we do or
Yeah,
something. I don't know.
make Mount
Um,
Rushmores for every type of
yeah,
genre.
because I feel like Doctor Who is on there.
Hmm.
I feel like it would be number 4.
Yeah,
I don't know what we put as number 3 though, so that's a little awkward.
yeah. I don't know.
Um,
Let us know what you guys think
yeah,
in the comment
it
section
might
below.
be it might be what's gonna show up in our next round. Um, okay, so what we have is we have a science fiction Magneto
Hmm.
in Doctor Who, and we have a Magneto in Marvel.
Oh, so we're doing Doctor Who and Marvel.
Yeah,
Okay,
and Magneto's from Marvel.
and Magnus Marvel. Got it.
Yep. So,
Doctor Who versus Marvel.
which is more science fiction?
Well, I was gonna say Doctor Who, but like now that I'm thinking about it, like
Yeah, it's a little bit more.
you could
I
you could
think.
kind
I
of argue
think.
because like Guardians of the Galaxy, like
Right.
pretty
Yeah.
sci-fi.
Yes, but that's like a small branch.
Yeah,
Where I feel
that's
like,
true.
if we put it up against our other winners, Star Wars and Trek,
Hmm.
I feel like, Doctor Who would be the least science fiction out of them.
Yeah,
But I feel
I
like
think
putting
it's
it
more
up
than
against
Marvel.
Marvel, DC, or the Muppets, I think Doctor Who has to beat them in science
Yeah,
fictionness.
I think so too. Because like if you were to like say like specific like bits of Marvel, you
Hmm.
could maybe make that argument.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Marvel
You
does
could
have a lot
you
of
could
sci-fi
even
aspects.
possibly make the argument that in Marvel there is more science fiction than there is in Doctor Who,
Hmm.
but Doctor Who, is more science fiction. Like more of what makes up Doctor Who is science fiction.
Yeah,
Whereas Marvel has a lot more non-science fiction stuff, I guess.
yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
I would agree.
How about Pretty? This is hard.
Ooh, that is hard.
This is really hard for
I
me.
feel like
Because Doctor Who, like, just has so much.
with Marvel, they kind of go through phases of being like of doing these a lot of really pretty stuff and then like not. I
Yeah.
feel like
Well, I feel like, again, like with what we said with DC, taking the comic books into
that's
consideration,
true. Yeah.
like, there is a lot of beautiful, beautiful art. Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, like legendary artists
Hmm.
working on this stuff. And like I've heard people like say like, "Oh, modern Marvel art doesn't look that good." Maybe some of it, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. I haven't
there's a lot of
read any
different,
recent comics.
yeah. There's a lot of different artists working at Marvel all the time. So,
Yeah,
and a lot of it just looks really good because it's, a lot of it is inspired by Kirby and Ditko
yeah.
and all of the legends. Um,
So
mhm.
arguably, you could give it to Marvel.
Yeah,
There's
and I
also,
think I think we have to because
mhm,
Doctor Who is pretty in parts,
yeah.
and sometimes it's a man, with his arm wrapped in green bubble wrap, and he's like, "Oh no,"
that's
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 yeah,
fair.
yeah, and that's a sort of infamous effect in a Tom Baker episode.
Oh yeah,
So um yeah, but I feel like Doctor Who has potential to be the prettiest thing to ever go on a television.
hmm,
I don't know that it's ever quite been there. A little bit with Smith, um,
yeah.
and like some of the shots with Jodie also look really good.
Oh, okay.
Um, Disney Plus Doctor Who, I'm not that impressed by visually.
It looks
It
it looks too MCU for me actually.
Yeah, it looks too MCU or too Disney Channel.
It's
Um,
so like it feels like it just looks like everything else. I
yeah,
think is the main thing. It's just like
yeah,
it's not like super interesting to me.
yeah, I agree with
There's
that.
nothing like that kind of sets it apart. It just
Yeah.
kind of
Well,
falls
and
into like,
also it's like a lot of people have talked about like the lighting and how the blocking is like it's directed to be turned into like YouTube shorts or like
oh yeah.
TikToks.
A lot of
Um,
modern films and stuff are made for that,
right.
which
But
is lame.
and a lot of people are saying that like the show really um has not been good because of that.
Yeah, like it's been
Um,
like at the detriment of the
yes,
show.
exactly.
Yeah.
Um, so anyway, I think we gotta go Marvel.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay, how lasting is it?
I feel
This
like we have to say Marvel.
this is the one pairing where Doctor Who, I think, wouldn't. Well, DC too. But like
Yeah.
everything else, it's like the show has, you know,
Hmm.
been on air and died and come back.
Yeah.
And literally the main premise of the show is that every once in a while it reinvents itself for a modern audience.
That's yeah.
So, yeah, but I feel like Marvel is just like, it's more long lasting than I would say even DC.
Hmm.
Cuz
I would agree. DC,
like
like,
people will always love Batman, they'll always love Superman,
yeah,
but like do either of those hold a candle to Spider-Man and how he's
yeah.
been prevalent for so long?
Also, like, with like Spider Verse and like you can see
Mhm.
all these different versions and like
Right.
concepts of Spider Man. I feel like the Doctor almost is like almost there where he could be reinvented into
Hmm.
anything,
Yeah.
except like because I think Doctor Who isn't as I guess like impactful or as like big as Spider Man, or like I guess it doesn't have as big of an audience.
Mm,
I think that Marvel is able to connect with a lot of people
yeah.
a lot more than
Yeah.
Doctor Who really
Well,
has.
also we're American.
We're also American, so
So I don't know.
I don't know.
I wonder
If you're
how.
British,
Yeah.
then you should let us know if you think that's a cultural thing or not.
Do There was a YouTube video that I saw by
Hmm.
a Doctor Who creator that I follow. And I'm not sure if he was joking or not. But he had this line about like Doctor Who not being as relevant in America, and I
Oh,
was like, dude, like, sure now it's not,
Yeah.
but like in the Tennant and Matt Smith era, Doctor Who was everywhere over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Especially Matt Smith. Like Tennant was really big. Matt Smith was a giant.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Um, but I think largely,
Hmm.
um, like with Matt Smith, a lot of Americans were going back and watching Tennant.
Oh, okay.
But I think like Matt Smith was where it was more distributed in the US and stuff
That
like
makes sense. Yeah.
that. Anyway, uh fun.
Oh, wow. That's hard.
See, I don't think this is hard. I think this is easy.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I want to. What do you think?
I think it's got to be Doctor Who.
Okay.
Right. Doctor Who, when I think of this category, Doctor Who is the embodiment of this category. Cuz I'm
Hmm.
like just like anytime I hear that theme playing, I'm like it's time for an adventure.
Yeah.
Right? It's time to jump in. It's time to jump in a porta potty because it's the closest thing to a police box we have, and
And pretend to be in the TARDIS.
yeah, and chase some old guy through Walmart who's on one of those carts that he rides on, acting like he's a Dalek. Um, and then he calls the police on us
Is
because we're
that
chasing him with a screwdriver.
has this happened?
I don't
Seems
want
like
to talk
something you'd.
about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
It was a long time
I
ago.
mean, I don't know though because like I feel like I could make the same argument for like wanting to be like a Marvel superhero.
Yeah, I guess I tend to be more of a DC guy. This is no
Fair.
secret.
Fair.
Um, Even like Spider-Man, who
Hmm.
I love as a character. Um, I don't feel like when I was a kid,
Hmm.
I'm much more one to be Batman than Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't have quite the same feeling with any of the Marvel characters
Yeah.
as I do with like
I think
Batman or like DC.
it is kind of interesting because I feel like for me that's kind of been like a like shift thing, a thing that like shifts where it's like I kind of go through different phases of like what kind of like person or like
Mm-hmm.
I would want to be or like but I want to be like a DC superhero like Batman or like Spider-Man or like a Jedi or like
Mm-hmm.
like any of that thing is kind of like especially when I was younger I would just go through phases liking different things, which apparently
Right.
is a very common
Yeah,
thing for
yeah,
kids.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like
For sure.
it is kind of interesting because I feel like if we're thinking about fun on this level of
Mm-hmm.
like wanting to like pretend to be
Mm-hmm.
them, I don't know if I could really say like
Yeah.
Doctor Who for that
Mm,
because I don't think I ever, when I was a kid, at least went through like a phase of that, and I don't know if now I would really necessarily prefer to be the Doctor over Spider
yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I feel like yeah. So I don't know. Should we call it a tie then?
We could we could just
Um.
say draw.
Yeah. I guess we'll
Uh,
just call that a tie for now.
let us know what you think in the comments.
Right.
I'm kind of
I think
curious. Like
largely our audience is Whovians. I think
probably,
that's what's drawn the most people.
yeah.
Though our Batman videos did really good.
We do have Batman fans,
We
so
do have Batman fans.
let us know what you guys think.
Yeah. Um. Anyway, so fun, tasty,
Tasty.
tasty.
Uh,
Yum, Doctor Who, Marvel.
Man, this is also a hard one. I feel like conceptually Marvel tastes better.
Mm, yeah, well,
I don't know.
Marvel definitely tastes better than DC, I think.
Yeah.
Because, like, DC is like a smoky hot dog, whereas, like, Marvel is like a New York pizza, you know?
Yeah, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
No, I get that. With
Um,
Doctor Who, like, what would you say Doctor Who tastes like?
I would say it
Probably some British food.
it tastes like Star Trek, but with a little bit of spice. a little bit fast food.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
little bit more. Star Trek is um Star Trek is like a fine dining experience, where
Yeah, I can see
Doctor
that.
Who is like,
Star Trek, but fast food.
yeah.
Is there any
It's,
restaurants? This is like off topic, but is there any restaurants that like have a fast food version and a
um
like fancy version? Because I feel like that exists, but I
uh
can't think of what it would
yeah,
be.
I know like a lot of fast food, like chain fast foods will have like the version that exists in different countries will be like a more
Oh, okay.
sort of prestigious dining experience.
Yeah,
But
that makes sense.
um yeah. I don't know. I feel like, what I think
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Who tastes like? Domino's.
Domino's. Oh, like the pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Like the pizza. And everyone knows how much I love Domino's.
Yep. We had Domino's just yesterday, actually.
We did.
It was fantastic.
It's true.
This video is not sponsored by Domino's.
That's gonna be a pain to edit, but oh well.
Well, when did it? Okay.
Just when you put your phone there and bump the wire.
Yeah, I'm gonna move I was responding to a text from Jemima because
Okay.
she was asking if we were recording.
Okay. 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 Um, back on topic. Sorry, everyone. Technical difficulties. Someone decided to break everything,
Yeah.
but luckily we didn't lose anything. It's gonna be difficult for me to edit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
You
it
can
was
make me edit
intentional.
it if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we'll do it that way. Um. Okay. So I think personally, I mean, they both taste like pizza.
Yeah.
I don't know which is the better pizza.
Well,
I think they're different.
yeah.
Um. I don't know. I am tempted to say Doctor Who,
I mean,
but
Domino's.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we just go Doctor Who then for
I,
this?
I think I think we can go ahead and say Doctor Who.
Okay.
I don't know.
Good.
Again, if
Um.
you want to disagree with us,
Yeah.
there's a comment section for a reason.
Which is more Legoable?
Ooh, I mean, Doctor Who has less Legos than Marvel.
Right. It has exactly one set and
Hmm.
Lego dimensions.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yes. Um.
I, hmm. I mean, you
It's
could,
gotta be Marvel, right? Because Marvel has like hundreds of thousands of sets at this point.
yeah. I mean, if we're going off of like quantity,
Mm-hmm.
but like you could also make the argument that like Doctor Who would have better Lego sets, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I think like Doctor Who is very Legoable.
Yeah.
Where it could have lots of Legos. It could be really big in
Hmm.
the Lego, as we see with like all sorts of Doctor Who action figures and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
There would be an audience for Doctor Who Legos. Um, but I feel like since Marvel Legos do exist
Hmm.
in a large quantity, um, and like Lego Marvel video games, like
Yeah.
a number of different Lego Marvel video games and stuff like that. I feel like we gotta give it to Marvel.
Okay. That's, yeah, I think
Okay,
that's fair.
which is more educational? Doctor Who?
I feel, I don't, I don't know actually.
You don't know?
I mean, I feel like Doctor Who, but
Yeah.
then at the same time, part of me is like, but is it though?
Yeah. That's the question we all have to ask. Where we think a thing, but then we have to ask, am I right by thinking that thing?
Yes,
That's
exactly.
very deep.
Because like,
Hmm.
I feel like there's, I mean, education, I guess, is a very broad thing.
Right.
Like if we're talking about science, like you could say Doctor Who, but I think Doctor Who has a lot of like fake science.
For sure.
And I feel like
But
Marvel would have more real science.
Doctor Who was originally created to be educational,
That is also a really good
teaching
point.
kids about science and history.
Yeah.
And I feel like there is a number of like um even in more modern Who, like there's an amount of history that like kids
Mm-hmm.
have kind of learned from Doctor Who.
That is a good
Like
point.
mostly just like certain people's names and like um like I first learned
Mm-hmm.
about Winston Churchill through his appearance in Doctor Who.
Oh yeah,
Um as well as like Vincent van Gogh. I don't think I knew about prior to
Vincent
Doctor.
Van Gogh. That's the painter, isn't it?
Yes. Yep.
I didn't know he had an episode of Doctor Who.
Yep. In the same season as Winston Churchill.
Oh,
So
cool.
you knew what era of the show I was watching when I was starting to get interested in history, I guess. Um yeah. I feel like it's Doctor
Okay, yeah,
Who.
I
Okay.
think that that's a fair reason, especially since it was originally an educational show.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like whereas like Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
um I don't like there's probably like uh like a Spider-Man like science book or something.
Oh,
But
totally. They
I
totally
feel
have
like
something.
they totally have stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah,
But it's not gonna be as prevalent,
yeah.
I think, as Doctor Who starting out literally just being, trying to teach kids about science and history. So, um okay, so that's the last category. So science fictionable or
What?
science fiction. That how science fiction is it? That went to Doctor Who, yes?
Yep.
Um how pretty. The
That went to
Did that go to Marvel?
that did go to Marvel
Okay.
because we
Yeah.
decided like with the comics and stuff.
Yeah. How lasting is it?
I think that went to Marvel.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. How fun? That was a draw.
Oh, so should I do points for both?
Yeah, just yeah.
Okay.
How tasty? And that went to Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Um, how Lego? That went to Marvel. Um,
Marvel might win
and
this
then
one.
how educational went to Doctor Who. So, is it a tie?
They're a tie.
Okay.
We have a tie, unless I
Um,
counted wrong.
yeah, I don't know what to do about that.
Um, this is the that is the question.
Is the question. Well, the question's for DC. Maybe should we just give it to Doctor Who for actually being science fiction?
I think we probably could get away with that.
Okay, we'll do that then.
If we didn't have that one draw with how fun is it? I think Doctor Who probably would have won.
Okay, so our last show on this, and this is a weird one.
Hmm.
Um, so this is gonna be Star Wars
Okay.
versus a place we call the Twilight Zone. Beetle, 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 beetle.
We should have like
Maybe
Rod Serling like
put a clip of him.
yeah
That would be
yeah yeah
fun. Um,
Magic Rod Serling
yeah.
but
So
instead of
this is our last Twilight Zone. I absolutely love it. It might be number 3 on my Mount Rushmore. Um,
okay
a
so
lot
yeah
a lot of people like it's an old show.
mm-hmm.
But somehow so many of the episodes hold up. Not all of them, not all of them,
Okay.
but I do often when I find myself going back watching episodes of The Twilight Zone, I'm like, this isn't a good show for the time. It still is a good show, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not just good for that time, but it holds up. So anyway, I absolutely love Rod Serling and everything he brought to the table. Um, and I just think the man was brilliant. And,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little sad that I'll never get the chance to meet him. It's one of those people.
Yeah.
Stanley would be on that list too, as well as Gene Wilde.
Gene Wild.
Yeah, Willy Wonka.
Ah, gotcha.
None of them are with us now, and I'm like, man, I feel like I should have been their friend. But all that being said, our first category, how science fiction.
How science fiction?
How science
Ooh,
fiction.
Star Wars and Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
My immediate thought is Star Wars. I feel like
I think
Twilight
so
Zone
too.
leans more thriller horror esque.
It definitely does have one foot in that
Yeah.
direction. Um, but I agree with you. I'm gonna sort of like make an argument though.
Okay.
You could say that while Twilight Zone has one foot in the horror direction, Star Wars has one foot in the fantasy direction.
That is fair. I feel like though, you could say that like Star Wars leans more on sci-fi than Twilight Zone leans on sci-fi.
Mm,
I think
yeah,
Twilight Zone
I
might lean
think.
more on thriller than.
Well, I think at least the perception of them, which I think is kind of what we're talking about here,
Yeah, I think so.
is because like Twilight Zone is remembered mostly as like being like kind of a scary show. I don't think
Weird
that
and creepy.
yeah, I don't think that
And
is
mysterious.
how it should be remembered because
Okay.
I think I think the people who are fans of it
Mm-hmm.
would consider it to be a philosophy show.
Oh, really?
Um
Okay.
First and foremost, that's why I would consider it.
Interesting.
Is it's a show that's more about exploring ideas and
Mm-hmm.
philosophy and thought. Um but yeah, I think overall Star Wars is, a juggernaut of a franchise.
Yeah.
Um I'm pretty sure everyone would put it on like their science fiction Mount Rushmore because
Yeah,
that's just
probably.
how influential the thing is. Um so yeah, I think we gotta give it to Star Wars.
Indeed.
Unfortunately, because I kind of want Twilight Zone to win. I want
Yeah,
to be the little engine that could, you know.
that makes sense. Well, maybe
Um,
maybe it'll win with the other ones. We'll
yeah,
see.
we will see. Um, so how pretty? How pretty?
I feel like it
It,
also has to go to Star
it
Wars with
does.
this
It
one.
does. You're right.
Twilight Zone was made at a time when well, there was no color for one thing.
Right. Yeah, and everything. Um, very little was actually like shot outside.
Yeah.
It was mostly on like sound stages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, um
Well.
yeah. But it's not that Twilight Zone isn't pretty.
Hmm.
Because I think a lot of it is.
A lot of like the kind of aesthetic
Mhm.
like stuff of it, I could
Yeah.
make an argument for being pretty. I don't know if I
Yeah.
necessarily normally
Well,
describe it
and
as that,
like
but it is
I get also like the
something.
aesthetic of like um your imagination is the key to the door to enter
Yeah.
into the Twilight Zone. Like that's all really cool sort of aesthetic stuff.
Hmm.
Um, but then there's also like a man in a carpet suit on the wing of an airplane, and it's like supposed to be
Yeah.
scary. And it is, but not for the reason that it's supposed to be.
I don't think I've
Um,
seen that episode.
It's with William Shatner.
Oh,
I can guarantee someone who's watching this knows exactly what I'm talking
yeah.
about. But yeah, I think we gotta give it to Star Wars. All
Yeah.
that being said,
All right.
lasting again, that's Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Unfortunately, Twilight Zone basically is dead at this point.
Yeah, I mean there's been more modern versions of it. None of the ones that I've seen have been good. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think, and
And
also
it's
it's like because it's a anthology series,
hmm
it's kind of like not a franchise,
Yeah.
where it's like where I think now we love our franchises and everything has to be a franchise.
Yeah.
Um,
Twilight Zone was really
and
never made to be that.
yeah, and Twilight Zone was made to, just explore various
Yeah.
hosts of ideas.
I really wish that Twilight Zone was still going and that it was, well, going and
Mm.
it was actually good as well. Like,
Yeah, I do think it would be harder to do in a sort of modern climate.
yeah, I can
Um,
see that.
I think it could be good, but like now anything that's like political either has to be right or left, and even
Hmm.
things that like aren't necessarily political, um, have to be like left or right. And
Yeah,
it's very annoying, but that's sort of the state we live in.
there's
Um,
no apoliticalness when it comes to media nowadays.
yeah. Um, so that's Star Wars. How fun. How fun. How fun.
I feel like you could make a pretty good argument for Twilight Zone, honestly, with this one. I think
Yeah.
Twilight Zone has a lot more like opportunity to do whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting.
Um,
Because naturally,
uh-huh.
my mind goes to Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because it's got the fights, it's got the like sort of like humorous gags.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the fun world that you can sort of imagine yourself in.
Yeah.
Um, but I feel like where Twilight Zone is really fun is with the sort of aesthetic stuff,
That's
where it's
yeah, that's fair.
like we don't really know necessarily what the Twilight Zone actually is.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It's
but
just
it's
it's
just
very vaguely referenced,
right.
basically, so you kind of
Yeah,
have to come up with
yeah.
your own headcanons
And
about
like
what
I
it
think
means.
my personal take is that the Twilight Zone is sort of this world of thought and ideas where
Mm-hmm.
it's like, and like stories live in the Twilight Zone because, stories exist in our minds.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and like that's very fun. Um, I feel like we can give it to the Twilight Zone because Star Wars is winning so much that
Probably.
I feel like it's fair
We
to
we
do that.
can we can do that.
Yeah. Okay, tasty. Tasty. Well, we already determined Star Wars is kind of gross tasting.
But is it better than the
Is
Twilight
it
Zone?
better than the Twilight Zone? I feel like the Twilight Zone is uh like New York, like Italian, like fancy Italian
I can
restaurant.
see that.
Or like um you know probably what it actually is.
Hmm.
It probably tastes like cigarette smoke.
Yeah, probably. Okay, so would you
So
rather taste something gross or cigarette smoke?
I think like because like Star Wars is like all very dirty for the main part and
Hmm.
like all that. I think cigarette smoke, I do actually enjoy the smell of cigarette smoke. Um I'm not a smoker. I've never smoked, never will smoke. Um I don't hate the smell of cigarettes. So, um that's just me. I think I would put it in the Twilight Zone category.
Okay. I I kind of I feel like I kind of agree with you just because I feel like maybe I'd be able to stand that more than the
Hmm.
grossness of
Yeah.
Star Wars just being like dirt
Hmm.
or just like,
Yeah. I mean you could make an argument for like the prequels not tasting the worst.
that is true.
But we've already decided that Star Wars tastes gross.
Yeah,
So
so we can't really go back
and
now.
I feel like largely the prequels wouldn't taste the best. They would taste like sand,
Yeah,
like coarse and rough, and it would get everywhere.
I hate sand.
I hate sand.
We're gonna have to put a clip there too.
um okay, so Lego a bowl. Lego a bowl.
The Twilight Zone Legos would be epic.
I need it. I need it. Someone,
Lego person,
yeah.
people, if you're watching this, make
Even
Twilight Zone
because
Legos.
there's so many like fan made Legos,
Oh yeah,
like I wouldn't be surprised if there actually is. Um,
maybe we'll have to look into
but
it.
again, because of the symbiotic relationship between Star Wars and Lego,
Yeah, you have to give it to
we
Star
have to give it
Wars.
to Star Wars. Yeah.
Yep,
Educational, Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone.
Easy. Easy peasy lemon
Yeah,
squeezy. There's
again,
no
while Star Wars has some
mhm,
like philosophical ideas,
mhm.
Twilight Zone is like completely philosophical ideas.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So okay, let's break this down and see
Okay.
who won. Um so science fiction, that was Star Wars.
Yep.
Purdy, that was Star Wars. Lasting, that was Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Fun was
Twilight
Twilight
Zone.
Zone.
Yep.
And tasty was Twilight Zone. And Lego was Star Wars. And educational was Twilight Zone.
Yep. Star
So
Wars
Star Wars
won.
wins. That's probably for the best. We were all hoping.
Yeah.
Even our audience was like, I want Twilight Zone to win because it was the underdog. It was the little engine that maybe could.
Yeah.
It was more science fiction than our not science fiction
That is true.
things.
That is very true.
Um,
Talking about
okay,
Twilight Zone makes me want to watch it.
yeah. So now the age-old question: Wars or Trek? Wars or Trek?
This is
This
gonna be
is where we're gonna get in
controversial.
trouble.
Yep.
This is,
All right,
and
guys,
I would like to
get ready.
remind you that what we answer isn't necessarily what we enjoy more. Because I
That
have
is
I have a
true.
feeling I know what's gonna win, and it's not the one I enjoy more.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, but yeah, so just keep that in mind. We aren't saying it's the one we enjoy more. We're just saying it's the one that is the most. What are we saying actually? I kind of don't know.
It fits with what we
These
put.
with these
It's
categories that
it's
make
not
it objectively the most science fiction,
something like
the
that.
most,
The
yeah,
best science fiction, but
the best, but
not
not our
necessarily.
favorite
Yeah,
necessarily.
it's not our opinion.
Yeah,
It's the
it's the
right. It's the
facts.
truth.
It's our truth. It's your truth. Yeah.
It's just the
And if you
truth.
disagree, grow up.
Yeah.
Wow, that felt weird.
Why are we being so aggressive to our audience? Or like trying to like calm them down, and you're just like, if you disagree, grow up. You're just like, don't worry, don't be offended by our opinion, but
Right.
like,
But also, if you are offended, grow up. That's actually not a bad thing
that
to
isn't a
say.
bad thing. Yeah, don't be offended, you guys. Like,
Yeah. Okay. Um,
we don't care
we
what
all
you
we're
think.
all agreed to not take this too seriously, even in this
I mean,
pairing.
tasty as one of the things, like that's ridiculous.
No, that's science.
Science, yeah.
Food is taste is science.
Taste is
Okay.
science.
I didn't think about this.
Uh huh.
Um, well, maybe we'll come back to it.
Okay.
It's on the category of tasty, so that might pop back up.
Yeah.
So how's science fiction? I think it's gotta go to Trek. Because, like
Yeah.
we've said, Star Wars has a lot of
Has a
fantasy,
lot of things. Yeah.
where Trek, I feel like, is sort of the embodiment of what I expect from science fiction, what I would like.
Same. Yeah.
Um,
I would agree with that.
yeah. Okay, so, how purdy? This is kind of hard. They're
I
both
mean,
very different
initially,
aesthetics.
I want to say Star Wars, like,
Mm,
kind of for the
yeah.
same reason, like with Doctor Who. Or
Mm-hmm.
did I say that with Doctor Who?
I don't know.
I said that with something where I was like, no, it was when I was talking about Star Trek and what was it that we just talked about with Star Trek? Was it the Muppets and Star Trek? Was that the first one?
No, it was DC and Star Trek.
Decent story. For the same reason, I think that like Star Trek spends a lot of time like with like the like electronic of like the ship
Mm,
and like
yeah,
that kind of, which isn't necessarily pretty. I mean, they do have carpet on their ship, so that adds to it, but it's
right.
not enough to.
Yeah. Could you talk a little bit closer to your mic?
Is it getting me?
Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello.
It's a little quieter than I want to be all around, but we can crank that up in editing. Or
Yeah.
you can, because you've already agreed.
You're
Um,
actually gonna make me edit this? No, I'm kidding.
okay, so uh yeah, I think Star Wars gets pretty.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And
There's a lot of
a
cool
lot of
things in
it,
Star
I
Wars.
mean, I feel like there is a version of Star Trek that could eventually be made that is very pretty. Um,
Yeah,
but I feel like Star Trek as we know it right now, and Star Wars as we know it right now, like
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars has a lot of locations. They aren't all just rocks, stuff like that. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
um, how lasting? It's gotta be Star
Ooh,
Wars.
yeah.
Because people, like I said previously, people are still getting excited about every entry on the Star Wars franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anybody who is getting excited for
Star Trek.
Star Trek, Starfleet Academy or anything like that. So
Yeah. I don't even know
um,
a lot of the new things with as far as Star Trek.
yeah. Okay, how fun! How fun! This is hard because I feel like everyone's
Ooh.
gonna disagree with me. I feel like you might even disagree with
Okay.
me.
Okay. What are you
I
thinking?
think it's Trek. I think Trek is funner than Star Wars.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
like it's I don't know, it's pretty close. It's a pretty
Yeah.
close to a tie, but there's less action in Trek, of course,
True. True.
as there should be, by the way. Paramount, take
Wow.
note.
You're just gonna make fun of the Star Trek reboots that are basically action movies.
Yeah. J.J. Abrams, take a seat.
Wait,
Let's tell you.
I forgot that was J.J. Abrams. J.J.
Yeah.
Abrams has worked on both of these franchises.
Yeah, he's ruined both of them.
Yeah, you're really
Sorry.
good at ruining
Okay.
science fiction
To
stuff.
be fair to JJ,
Uh-huh.
not our brother-in-law JJ.
I know.
Shout out JJ. Hi. Thank you for watching this. Um, but JJ Abrams, this is a side tangent, okay? We should maybe just oh, we could do shorts for all of the times I like this is a side tangent.
That would work.
Um, but the Star Trek movies are not necessarily good, but
Hmm.
they are watchable and enjoyable, right? And like a lot of that's because he had a really good cast.
Mm.
Like Chris Pine, I think you could have him playing Kirk now, and it would be very close to what we see with William Shatner.
Oh, okay.
Um, and like the guy that they had playing Bones, I forget his name, but he's incredible. He's incredible
Mm.
just as an actor, but in those movies as well. The only one I'm not a big fan of is their Spock. Um,
Yeah, I
because
don't
he's kind of
remember much. I was like
yeah.
12 when I watched that
No,
movie.
maybe we'll have to watch them again.
Maybe we'll have to.
But also, again, defending J.J. Abrams, he did The Force Awakens,
Hmm.
right? And
And
then
he did.
that kind of set up something. Like he seemed to have an idea where he was going with
Yeah.
that.
Although he didn't
And
do The Last Jedi, because
yes.
then it went on to the guy who did that other guy. What's that guy's name?
I oh
It was the
um
same guy who did something else though.
Knives Out.
Oh, the Knives Out
I
guy.
forget his name. Yeah. Ryan Johnson.
Oh yeah, Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson. Who, by the way, I don't like his Star Wars movie. Um Knives Out, all three of them I enjoy. I love Wake Up Dead Man. If you have not seen Wake Up Dead Man, watch it. That is, I think, I think that is my favorite movie at this point.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah.
you can only find it on Netflix. I'm sorry, but that's how movies are. So,
Yeah.
um, anyway, so again, defending JJ. Abrams.
Yeah.
Um. Oh no! Oh no, Eric!
Okay,
I lost it.
he did
Okay.
Rise of
Yes.
Skywalker.
Yes. Yes. So that's what I was gonna say.
He did
Is
Force Awakens and Rise of Skywalker.
I think like it's largely agreed that he set up something with the Force Awakens that could have worked.
Yeah.
But then Ryan Johnson did The Last Jedi, sort of messed up stuff, and then he came back in and had to like try and tie together two different things that were kind of broken. So I think we got to kind of be fair to JJ Abrams. And just like when it came to Star Wars, like I feel like a lot of what we don't like about those movies could have been Disney, right? It
That
could have
is
been
true.
Disney saying, no, we need a Han Solo type character.
Yeah, we need a
and we
female
need
protagonist.
Right. Which isn't bad.
Which isn't bad.
Okay, I want to make this clear. My stance on female protagonists, it's not bad.
Yeah. I think
they could be written better most of the time.
characterization of Rey, I think, is where they failed with that.
Well, because I don't feel like there is characterization.
Yeah.
I don't know any reason that Rey makes any of the choices she does.
Yeah, she kind of felt like I watched Captain Marvel more recently than I watched The Force Awakens, but she kind of was like the same kind of character, like problems where they kind of just both don't
and I
have much.
I won't get into it right now because it could be an entire different thing. But I have a lot of problems with like the version of feminism that exists in Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Because it paints a very, I think, toxic view of feminism.
Interesting. Okay.
We'll
have to make another video or
something. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe I'll just save that for off camera where people want to attack me.
Yeah. That's very fair.
Yeah, so anyway, with that being said, I feel like J.J. Abrams isn't a bad writer, right? He did, like, you could say the Star Trek movies aren't good, but again, they're watchable and I do enjoy them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's whatever. So
I think we're still on fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think one like argument I guess I could make for Star Trek is that like they seem to be more real, I guess, than Star Wars. But I feel like I could like walk into like the Star Trek universe a lot.
Yeah, well, like, because part of it is like, how do people live on the Enterprise?
Yeah, like people are just living their lives on the Enterprise. Like they have their like bedrooms and they have their carpet.
They do have their carpet.
The Star Trek Enterprise is very
Have you seen?
homey.
This is another side thing.
Okay.
You watched Picard season 3 with us.
Yeah,
yes?
yeah.
You remember when there's the scene where Picard is like, now that we're all back together, I remember the thing I miss the most, the carpet.
Yeah, I do. If I can find that clip, we should like play it right here.
Oh yeah, we could do that. So yeah, do we want to just give it to Star Trek?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. I mean, I think that's a big thing you could argue about for a while, but
okay.
I don't know. I
and
think
tasty
might as well.
I think we agree it's Star Trek, right? Because we've already determined Star Trek tastes really good,
and Star Wars tastes gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How like is Star Wars?
How
Legoable?
Oh, how Lego? Yeah, nothing can beat Star Wars with that one.
Yeah, that is true. How educational? Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Yeah, that's
not even
pretty easy. Okay,
it's kind of funny. Like,
so let's run down because I think this
as we get like further into like then we kind of already have talked about the different
right
things, and so we kind of are just more. It's more easy to just say, Well, we
Yeah.
already said that Star Wars tastes worse than or tastes really bad or like that
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
thing, where it's just like Star Trek's really educational. We don't
Yeah.
have to like really explain our
Okay.
reasoning.
So, how sci-fi? That was Star Trek, right?
Yeah, that went to Star Trek.
Okay. Pretty went to Star Wars.
Yep.
Okay. Long lasting went to Star Wars, I believe. Yeah.
Star Wars, yeah.
How fun went to Star Trek. How tasty went to Star Trek. How Lego went to Star Wars, and how educational went to Star Trek.
Star Trek wins.
Star Trek wins. Wow.
Don't kill us.
Yeah. Good. Very good, Eric. Um, so that goes there. Okay. So our last.
Oh, there's another one.
Yep.
I thought that was the last one. Okay, what are
No,
we doing now?
we are doing Star Trek versus Doctor Who. Star Trek versus Doctor Who, Eric.
Yeah, so this is one thing I remember when I was a kid, like people would
Mm-hmm.
talk about like would compare like Star Wars and Star Trek as like
Mm-hmm.
against each other, but I always would say like Star Trek and Doctor Who are a lot closer.
I
And I
agree.
feel like it makes a
And
lot more sense
I
to
think
do a versus.
I think part of that is because Russell T, who obviously brought back New
Hmm.
Who,
Yeah.
um, he was a Star Trek fan.
Mm.
So I think that like at this point there's at least a little bit of Star Trek DNA baked into Doctor
Yeah.
Who. Now, like classic Trek,
Hmm.
is classic Trek a little Star Trek too? Yes. I think it is as well. Um so but like and I often think of Doctor Who as like being um Star Trek for like skater boys. Whereas like
I'm gonna check this real quick.
okay.
You can keep talking.
Well, that's all I had to say, Eric.
Oh, okay.
I've run out of words.
Cool.
Yep. Anyway, all that being said, I think they are similar. Um or like like Doctor Who is almost like the male child in between Star Wars and Star Trek.
Yeah, I think it kind of like you could say it's
Right.
definitely like kind of in between, especially with I think David Tennant's
Yeah.
era.
Well,
It gets a little bit more Star
I think
Warsy.
with New Who, I think with New Who, that was kind of intentional
Oh, okay.
because I think they were like famously the show was largely based off of like Buffy,
Mm,
Vampire Slayer because that was big at the time.
yeah.
But I feel like the way they designed the sonic screwdriver, I feel like they kind of wanted it to be like their version of lightsabers, which
It
they
kind of
obviously succeed. Looking
basically
at
is.
all of the toy sonic screwdrivers, and
We have
um,
one somewhere.
yeah, did you know they made like uh sonic screwdrivers that like you got to design? Where it
Really?
was like, yeah, and they did the same thing with Star Wars, where it's
Yeah.
like you would choose the color of the blade and put them together.
I've
But yeah,
seen
there's
that,
like
yeah.
3 or 4 pieces that you put together and you can interchange them and stuff
That's
like that.
cool.
It is very
I
cool.
want to make my own sonic
It
screwdriver.
is.
Actually, we
I,
did make our
mhm.
own sonic screwdriver at one point.
We did. I still have it. Yeah,
Really?
it's
Yeah.
over there on the other set.
We were like thinking about
Um,
making a fan film or something, and
hmm
we never did. But we made a
yeah,
sonic screwdriver, so
yeah. The hard part is we have to build a TARDIS, and then
yeah.
like you know
We never figured out how to do that.
Well, it would be easy enough to do, but it's kind of something that takes time.
Yep. Building
Um.
TARDISes can take a while.
Anyway, all that being said, um,
Mhm.
did we answer? What did? Where were we?
We were we just finished Star Trek One, I think. Or no, now we're
Yeah.
talking about Doctor Who and
Yes.
Star
In
Trek.
Star Trek.
That's right.
So, which one's more science fiction? I think it's Star Trek.
I think so. I
Yeah.
think because if we keep saying like for the last few, we've been saying that Star Trek is like definitive
Hmm.
science fiction.
Yeah.
Doctor Who kind of mixes it with like horror, fantasy.
Fantasy, just everything.
Doctor Who likes to do
A
whatever it
little bit
wants.
of everything. Yeah.
It's kind of similar to what I said about the uh the Twilight Zone too, was that it
Hmm.
can kind of be whatever it wants to be.
Yeah.
I feel like more so than Doctor Who, but
Okay. How pretty? I feel like it's gotta be Doctor Who, right? Because like some of the shots in the Matt Smith era are really pretty.
yeah.
And like the
I
TARDIS design, I
I
feel like
think I think like the same thing I said about the ship, that mostly just being the ship in Star Trek
mhm.
applies.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, also I feel like the TARDIS, it's not necessarily more pretty than the Enterprise,
Hmm.
but like it's definitely more interesting than the Enterprise
Yeah,
as a setting.
yeah. I
Um
I agree,
okay.
especially since the TARDIS is like bigger on the inside and has all the like
Yeah,
fun little gimmicks to it.
right.
Like it
Yeah.
has a phone on the back of it.
Mhm. I do.
The Enterprise doesn't have a phone on the back of
Are you
it.
ready for another tangent?
Sure, let's do it.
I wish they would stop changing the TARDIS. Not every new actor needs a new TARDIS interior. Like, is because throughout the original series,
Hmm.
it was mostly the same, right? It was mostly the white room with the
Yeah,
console in
yeah.
the middle. I I don't mind minor changes,
Hmm.
but I wish they would stop doing like complete rehauls, you know?
Isn't it white now
It
again
is
with
white
the
now, yes.
newest Doctor?
Yeah. And I go back and forth on whether I or not I like that TARDIS.
I Yeah.
Because, like, I think initially I really liked it. I
Hmm.
was like, it's like Camino.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah. I
which
can
I
see that.
thought was very cool. But now I'm like, does it really show who the Doctor is?
Mm.
Where it's like, I feel like, um, Tennant's TARDIS and Matt Smith's first TARDIS, um, and like Capaldi's TARDIS, they all show who the Doctor is.
Yeah,
This TARDIS is just an empty void with a jukebox. Right? There's literally one thing in the
yeah,
TARDIS. It's like, I don't know. I feel like they could have done something that symbolizes that version of the Doctor a little bit more. But I also think it goes to show that they don't know who that Doctor is, and that was part of the
yeah.
problem in the show. Um, but uh, anyway, so pretty goes to Doctor Who, right?
Yep.
Okay. Lasting goes to Doctor Who, I think, because again, it's baked into
Yeah.
its sort of code. It's sort of like the main theme of the show is sort of regeneration and
Yeah, Doctor Who
that
is
every
made
once in
to
a
kind
while.
of live forever. I
Hmm.
think Star Trek really isn't as much.
Yeah. Well,
Especially since Star Trek, like a lot of things in Star Trek didn't really age well.
yeah, for sure. Well, and there's stuff like that in Doctor Who too,
Oh, I'm sure.
but um, but yeah, I think it's gotta go to Doctor Who. It's just because again, like Doctor Who still has a fan base that's like commenting on like every sort of piece of information we get about Doctor Who and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I think Star Trek has a little bit of that too, but mostly what I see in the Star Trek space is people being like, "Yeah, Starfleet Academy, it's not good. It's not good."
Yeah.
Um, but uh, yeah. So Doctor Who, fun. Again, Doctor Who embodies that sort of
Hmm.
what I'm looking for in the fun category.
I think that I would say Doctor Who is more fun than
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Okay, tasty. Tasty.
So we've said that Star Trek is good. What do we say about Doctor Who? I
It
don't.
tasted like a Domino's pizza.
Yeah, you know what?
But also, depending on how we interpret tasty,
Hmm.
the Doctor does taste a lot of things.
That is true.
right? Like I just watched
He was
Tooth
tasting
and
the
Claw.
blood in that one.
Oh yeah, blood control. Um, and he was yeah, it's very fun.
And A positive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Such a good episode.
It's very fun. But I was just watching Tooth and Claw,
Mm-hmm.
and in it there's a scene where because mistletoe keeps out the vampire, so
Oh.
he just like takes a big ol' lick of the wall, and he's like, "Oh yes, they put mistletoe in the wall." Um. So anyway, that was what I was gonna say about Tasty. Is that you could argue
Doctor
that
Who tastes more.
yeah,
Also, if it's a Domino's pizza, that's better than like the weird fruit thing we were describing with
that is
Star
true.
Trek
That is
earlier.
true. Yeah. So Doctor Who tastes better.
Yeah, I think I can give it to Doctor Who.
Okay. Um, I do think they both taste really good.
Yeah.
To be fair. Okay, Lego. Star Wars.
We're doing Star Trek now, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we are.
Star Wars can't win this time.
Yeah, yeah. No, and there's about the same amount of Legos for Star Trek now as there is Doctor Who.
Yeah.
So I really don't. Okay, but which is more suitable for Legos? I think it's Doctor Who.
That's what I was gonna say.
Because
Well.
Doctor Who's got the monsters, it's got we've talked about like Doctor Who is very suitable.
Yeah.
Um
Lego people make more Doctor Who stuff.
yeah, please.
I love how we're just
There's a
assuming
lot of
that the Lego people are watching
right.
this. Like,
There is a lot of again like fan-made Doctor Who Legos,
yeah.
which I think also shows like I've seen more of that than I have Star Trek. I know there's been fan-made of both.
Yeah.
But I think I've seen more Doctor Who stuff. Educational. I think it's Star Trek.
Star Trek has to win that. Yeah.
Okay, so we tally up the last points, and this is the definitive winner.
Okay.
Science fiction. Okay, which is more science fiction? We gave that to Star Trek, yes?
Yep.
Okay, and then pretty was Doctor Who. Lasting was Doctor Who. Fun was Doctor Who. Tasty was Doctor Who. Lego was Doctor Who. And educational was Star Trek. So
Doctor Who wins.
Doctor Who wins.
People are gonna think we're biased.
I think we are.
I think we probably are, honestly.
I
love
do
Doctor Who on this channel, y'all.
Yeah. I love Star Trek too. I am maybe the biggest Star Trek fan in my age range. I don't know that for sure, but I don't run into very many people my age who like Star Trek.
Yeah.
But Doctor Who is just like so much like part of my childhood and like how I sort of think about things and see the world and all that sort of stuff. So, all that being said, Doctor Who is the most science fiction thing.
Yep.
I think that's what we were ranking.
I think
I'm not
that's
sure.
what it was.
It was a little inconsistent if we were ranking that or which one's just the best.
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows?
But
If you guys...
whatever Eric decides to title this video.
I'm titling it.
Yeah.
You're just making me do all the hard
Yep.
parts.
You also get to decide if we put the Muppets in the thumbnail or not.
Cool.
No, I'll make the thumbnail. You
Okay.
can do everything else.
I don't have to make the thumbnail.
Yeah.
You're better at making thumbnails anyway.
Yeah. Well, I have a little bit more experience.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Some of our things are a little more serious than this, but this was our anniversary special, I guess.
Yep.
It was us in the Time War, and there was a secret version of us that found the Time War, and then the Time Lords were stuck in a painting, and Daleks and Zygons and all that jazz. And David Tennant's here. Yay! Hi, David Tennant. Let's give David Tennant a hug. Yay!
This is gonna be so hard to edit, dude. You're just trying to make this harder for me at this point, aren't you? You're just like...
imagine if like we actually did have David Tennant. We're just like, let's give him a hug. Okay, thank you for watching. We appreciate all comments. Check out our other videos, reviews on Star Trek, Doctor Who, and all things science fiction and fun, but not. What's the one thing we don't talk about?
Um,
Bruno. Oh, no.
we don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Did you hear that they made? Wait, can I? That's super off topic. Did you hear that they made an ASL version of We Don't Talk About Bruno?
I did not hear that. Okay, bye guys.
Bye,
See you
guys.
later.
We love you.